Good morning. I'm Gherardo Bonini, senior archivist. I'm Italian, come from Florence. I joined the Historical Archives of European Communities, that was the name, in 89. So 33 years of work as archivist for the Historical Archives. At the beginning, the unique archival holdings which were here in Florence, there was Commission, Altiero Spinelli, European Space Agency, and Jules Guérin. Soon, I have worked on each of those collections, and then I became specialist for the Commission and the European Space Agency. In the while, I have also worked with other archival collections, both of individual and of associations, especially Federalist movement, very committed for European integration. During the years I have worked here as Historical Archives, I matured the reflection, yes, my work is satisfactory, is very good for me as professional point of view. I have acquired many information, many knowledge, but what for? It's important to transmit to the other ones and also to the younger generation the patrimony or the best ideals, best movement, best trends which are collected by the archival holdings of Historical Archives now of the European Union after Maastricht Treaty. That viewing all the different archival holdings from various inspirations, Christian inspiration, socialist inspiration, liberal inspiration, or also new wave inspiration. I'm thinking now that the Forum Permanente de la Société Civile, so a movement, as we say, born from the bottom, from the civil society. I remarked that at first reflection that there is a patrimony, a core of all the holdings that Christians, socialists, and all people coming from various inspiration are choosing this arena, the European Union, as fundamental seat for debating what is the best future, the best society, and the best values which we need and we have to transmit to the younger generation. Here should be the place in which ideals or our wishes for a best future, for the best as possible, can be proposed and also hopefully in the future come true. And this notwithstanding, as the present situation show enough, notwithstanding crisis, notwithstanding problems, and also negative choices by the European Union, not forcibly the European Union or the Commission, but the member of the European Union, because we can always bear in mind that there are components, elements in this European Union, and not only the states, the elites, but also the civil society, the common people, the famous ordinary people, who now have a degree, a standard of awareness, or to fight, to advocate for the best future, much more developed than 20 or 30 years ago when I joined the Historical Archives of the European Union. The world has changed, the archives have changed, the paper, the informatization, the electronic files, and the digital-born files. All this change, also me as tool, I have changed the tools in my career, my administrative career. So this is the arena, and this is important to show to the other ones, to the younger generation, various moments, steps in which this patrimony, this secret patrimony of European Union can be revealed, can be detected in the documents, and also not only in the documents, because another things is changed. The photos, the objects, the artistic pieces, all are testimonies of a change, of a culture, of a movement towards the future. Also the pictures of the younger generations, which were inspired by the space, in this case, but also from the other events in the European story. So it's a remarkable responsibility for people working in historical archives and also in European University Institute to transmit this patrimony. And this is probably the correct merge, the correct join between the role of archivist as worker in the historical archives and the educational program. So the approach with the younger generation in order to favor the participation of younger generation. One of the things which are surprised me very favorable and very impressed was the simulation of the debate of the European Parliament. Here, from as actors, we had the students of the schools, primary and secondary schools, which were very involved, very committed in those debates. It was a fictitious debate, but of course the learning was that to participate, to take part of what is Europe. Europe is confrontation, Europe is debate, above all open, free debate. Those were the roots, the parameters for which European communities was built. Was built, of course, in 1952 from the elites, not from the common people, from the bottom, from the federalist movements, but the federalist movement, in the person of Altiero Spinelli himself, come from the window, not from the door, but inside the common arena. It was European Union. Spinelli was member of the Commission, he was member of the European Parliament. He was the main advocate of the Unique Act that changed deeply the European communities to the European Union. Not wall against the wall, but to work together, also from very far and different point of views, for a common treasure. Was Spinelli, De Gasperi, Spinelli, Adenauer, or Ernesto Rossi and Schumann were far as political point of view, but they were close for want and to wish a new Europe, a Europe democratic, a Europe free and open, free and open. Now we say we can add also inclusive at best, but it was the same. It's free and open is a declination of the freedom and the openness that the inclusiveness and also other declination are together. So for this part, Spinelli and Schumann, Spinelli and De Gasperi, or Ernesto Rossi, or Rettinger, or other federalists, and also the Forum Permanent de la Société Civile, the younger people who animated the Forum de la Société Civile. In this sense, they were speaking, and they will be speaking the same language, the same discourse, this discourse for freedom and openness. And this, of course, on my side, on the side of the archivist, is my mission, or one of my mission. My main mission is, of course, to do a very good job, very good description, to make at disposal of the users at best the archival holdings of institutions, of the individuals, of the movement, association, and so on. But is not another thing, is not a far thing, that to individuate and put to show to the users. That is the point, really the core point of this act, the core point of this movement. And of course, on the other sense, this was a negative choice, was a thing which did not work well for the future for the European Union. And also it is the truth. Of course, another word which can put together to freedom and openness is truth. To search the freedom and the openness in the truth.